Hello everyone, welcome back to the Torrent Dove Financial Channel. And in today's video, we're going to go over what your favorite stock says about you. Without further ado, let's get started. If your favorite stock is Nvidia, you either, and there is no distinction as to which of these two categories you are either an absolute idiot or a rocket scientist, and there is no in between. I've had some of the most mind-numbing conversations with Nvidia stans, both from a point of them running absolute laps around me, or from a just, how are you this dumb conversation. It makes sense with Nvidia being the market darling and all. You kind of attract different viewers from it. You attract the people who've really dissected the semiconductor industry and can explain perfectly what it is Nvidia does and how they're going to replicate their success in such a broken up industry. And then you have people who, when you ask what Nvidia does, basically to a T just describe Taiwan Semiconductors. They don't even know what the company actually does. And it's quite easy to tell the difference out of which of these two categories you are if you're someone who, in the first conversation of why you like Nvidia, pretty much just cites what it's been trading at recently and just breaks it down by this number, this number, this number. Oh, it was $170 a share a week ago, and now it's $178. You know absolutely nothing. That is like the biggest red flag giveaway right there. If you start digging into the depths of why Jensen Huang is an incredible CEO and why Nvidia completely transformed its business model in a way that would bring about the AI revolution, you're probably starting to end up more in the rocket scientist category. So overall, Nvidia, either complete and total dumbass or rocket scientist. Next we have Palantir. Some of us read the book 1984 and thought, man, this is really scary. I hope I never have to live through something like this. And some of us read the book 1984 and thought, this would be an absolute utopia. This sounds fantastic. I love the idea of Big Brother. Introducing Palantir investors. You're secretly kind of rooting for the world to be 1984-ish, and that's okay because it'll benefit you greatly. But for most of us, we kind of hate you. Next, if your favorite stock is BlackRock, let's face it, you like controlling things. You don't necessarily want the credit for everything. You want to be on the terms of if someone were a major conspiracy theorist, they'd find out how much you control, but you don't actually want to be front enemy number one, but you do like control. It pays you absolutely no mind that BlackRock can outbid a single mother of four on a house. Actually, it's probably good for your future in terms of growth prospects. Next, if your favorite stock is Visa, MasterCard, or even at this point arguments for American Express, you are responsible. Other people, they aren't very responsible. You like benefiting from other people's stupid decisions, and honestly, who's going to stop you? It makes complete and total sense. They have a great business model. They lend to a large number of people. Some of those people will be smart and pay off their credit card debt. Some of those people will be idiots and spend $3,000 on a samurai sword at an APR of roughly 30%. You don't fall into the latter category, and so you'd like a piece of the pie from the people who did decide to finance a samurai sword on their Amex they can't pay off. Overall, there will always be great profits for you because, let's face it, people make terrible financial decisions. Next, if your favorite stock is either Philip Morris or British American Tobacco, you're either an avid user yourself and had an absolute epiphany where you realized that this somehow is legal and you love Zins, or you took one look around you and saw a consistent user base. I tend to fall into the latter category. You see, I took one viewing around me and realized, oh my god, everyone my age is zinning. And yes, it's addictive. It's wildly addictive, actually. And similar to vaping, they don't know the consequences yet. But hey, it's not like I'm gonna do it and I can't stop it, so I might as well profit from it. Next, if your favorite stock is Anheuser-Busch or Diageo, keeping this same train of thought, you're exactly in the same camp as the Philip Morris or British American Tobacco camp. You're either an avid user and love a good drink, or you're basically just an older version of a British American Tobacco investor. And if I say the word Zin, you have absolutely no idea what the hell I'm talking about. Next, if your favorite stock is Lockheed Martin, you understand that the storybooks about forever world peace are completely and totally fiction. You may not love the idea of killing each other, but people are going to do it regardless, so there's nothing you can do. Also, the missiles look kind of cool. Can't blame you. Next, if your favorite stock is Exxon, you know, those otters, those poor otters, they had it coming. It's not getting in the way of my stable dividend paying company. You, my friend, if you're in the Exxon camp, you don't mind the occasional natural disaster caused by an oil spill. It happens. You know, honestly, who's going to stop you from mediocre growth and long-term consistent dividends? No one. Next, if your favorite stock is Berkshire Hathaway, you are a massive Warren Buffett fan. Value investing principles, they reign supreme to you. And you're completely willing to overlook the fact that the people actually running the show for like the past 5 years kind of suck in comparison to Warren Buffett. You know, but honestly, it's okay. He's provided so much to the value investing space. He's a great investor himself. A lot of people put him as the number one investor. I tend to view him as the number one learner, and that's kind of where he grew his strengths. But regardless of that fact, he's definitely an inspiration and someone we should aspire to be as investors, and that is why you are an avid Berkshire Hathaway fan. Next, if you are a Tesla supporter, your number one stock is Tesla, you're a frat bro that is easily distracted by fancy things. There's no other way to put it. You're going to pretend that the number one thing carrying your Tesla investment is Elon's intellect, when in reality, it's his skills at groveling. This is a man who has groveled in front of numerous administrations and begged for subsidies. Actually, when you hear the word government subsidy, you shudder because you know that it is detrimental to your sound thesis that electric cars are the future, but specifically not BYDs, that robotaxi is going to kill Uber, but Waymo also sucks, don't forget Waymo sucks, and that humanoid robots are the future. But the second competition follows, you'll probably flee the scene. Also, how is Grok doing versus the real generative AI companies? I guess we'll never know. Next, if your favorite company is Google, you know who really runs the internet at this point. It seems like they own basically everything at this point, and that is a fantastic sign for future returns. Yes, they've been in multiple lawsuits. Yes, people have targeted Google. And yes, there was that whole thing with ChatGPT. But now it looks like they're going to replace Nvidia as number one. So I guess it paid off to be a Google supporter. Next, if your favorite stock is Meta. So what? The metaverse was a massive flop. Honestly, large-scale rec room on the Oculus sounded cool. At this point, however, Meta has dominated all things social media. While they seem to continually be in lawsuits, let's face it, at a certain point it's the lousy parents' fault for not raising their children. What do you expect to happen when you toss your children on the internet with zero guidance or instruction? Yes, it's definitely bad that bad things happen on social media platforms, but at a certain point in time, you need to take a little bit of responsibility as a parent for having no idea what your child does. Next, if your favorite stock is Walmart, you probably know more about investing than the majority of people on Earth. While everyone chases after tech stock returns, you understand that long-term consistency is where wealth is really made. Walmart will never be mentioned in a best stocks of this upcoming cycle, best stocks of this year list, but it will always be there for you as the best defensive stock on the planet with consistent returns. And finally, if your favorite stock is Beyond Meat. You watched that one movie about the GameStop guy and understood deep down that wealth truly was created instantly in a moment comparable to an early 2000s Black Friday. You wanted to be a part of something more and take it to the big guys, those big hedge funds. Now, you're taking it to McDonald's, where you will be earning back all the money you lost gambling on a company that doesn't even sell real meat. Overall, that was a little bit of a breakdown of what your favorite stock says about you. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and please, if you found it at all entertaining, like, subscribe, and if you want to see me bring up more companies in the future, I'm more than game. Thank you.